Welcome to Two Guys Garage, and thanks to Roush Racing, Roush Performance, we got a flurry of parts today. Yeah, and thanks to Roush too, we got a flurry of guys. We've got Sean here from Roush, do a lot of this work, superchargers. We got our buddy, Speed Channel, Pink's guy right here, Willie B. So we got a supercharger, body kit, suspension. Stick around. We're gonna catch you up to speed. 2012 Mustang, right off the dealer lot, 5 miles on the odometer, and we're already tearing it apart. Now, Sean's been working on the front end for a couple hours, so we're gonna get you up to speed.
Yeah, he's already taken the strut bar off here, half of the air box, and then we get to the front of the car.
Yeah, we gotta get a lot of stuff out of the way so we can do our mods and start putting it back together.
Yeah, definitely. With the fascia off, after taking the fascia off here, couple bolts, couple push pins, we start with the intercooler install.
Now we got the lower, fascia off the bottom, or the air dam. Get that out of the way because we're going to be making some messes along, our path to getting the supercharger on. Now you got your whole pump and intercooler up here. That's going to cool that hot air that we just compressed with the supercharger. So we got cooler, denser air going in to make a lot more power. So you hooked everything up here. I saw you were squirting some fluid on the hoses.
Yeah, a little bit of glass cleaner helps slide the hoses on a lot easier.
And it dries real quick too, so it just disappears.
Looked like you had an open heart surgery going on out here.
Yep, and it actually keeps it really clean. From a production standpoint, we came up with a fixture and a jig to start off with.
An actual wood paddle bit.
Yep, wood paddle bit that we actually grind down those 3 bosses right there as close to the cover as possible.
Who thought we'd be doing woodworking on our show,
All right, you grind the bosses down for
belt clearance and a bracket clearance. Yep.
Okay,
yep,
so you had the drill bit and the paddle wheel on there, and then you had some really cool fixturing. What was going on there?
Yeah, it's for our router that we use to cut this boss in half. Cuts down the time and saves you sanding discs and cut off wheels.
Now, you don't have to have special jigs at home to do a kit like this. A little die grinding bit, a little carbide bit on a die grinder. Quick work, cut off wheel, a little sanding, grinder.
Grinding wheels and patience goes a long way.
Just make sure you don't get any of those grinding chips, down into that engine. Bad juju right there.
Yep.
All right, well, you guys finish this up. I'm gonna start working on the ride with Bryan.
All right, sounds good. Now, we still have this big gaping hole. We're starting to make some progress. We're gonna come back in a minute and show you the old stuff, the intake, and the new stuff, the supercharger, that's gonna go in here.
You know it's a good day when you took the window sticker off your brand new car and you're tearing into the motor, adding 130 horse via blower. So we're gonna need to get into suspension now. So let's show you some of the stock stuff. This is a 4-wheel disc car. You've got your caliper, which has an e-brake built into it via cable. This is your speed sensor here for your traction control. And it's a limited slip posi, 373 gears. And what we're gonna do is add in a Roush full suspension package. Roush is an OEM supplier. They build really high quality stuff. Obviously, they're into racing, so they know their business.
Yeah, man, they got some awesome stuff. This thing's literally gonna be like driving a video game. Check out that lowering
Yes, it
spring.
is. All right, if you look at the spring, this is gonna lower the car an inch. We'll pop that in, that'll be really easy.
Got some new bump stops for us as well.
Yeah, the bump stop's gonna go in this area, and obviously if we're gonna drop it down, we're gonna need a little bit more travel. Like you said, the wheel hop kit's gonna go up in the top. There's a trailing link up in the top. It's a lot more strong and a lot more beefy than the original.
Yeah, a lot sturdier than the original too. This helps to get that power applied to the ground, man. You gotta love that because wheel chatter is awful.
A lot more horsepower. We are gonna have a traction problem. We got Swaybar kit, that'll go in, that'll be pretty easy. And I think that's all of our parts, so now it's just a matter of putting them in.
All right, man, let's get into it.
All right, shocks and springs are in. Now it's time to get the old sway bar out. And we've got our new cool Ford blue sway bar. That's gonna be nice and sharp as it goes in. You got our new pieces, links that are go in, new polyurethane. Comes with some grease, so put a little bit of grease on these. You need to spread it out between the 4. Go ahead and slide them on. I'll go ahead and put that in real fast. Right now we gotta take a break. We'll get back. We're gonna finish up the front suspension and get back on that supercharger.
Man, I am so ready to peel this tape back and get that blower on there.
Yeah, can't wait.
All right, welcome back. We've got Sean here from Roush. really cranking out this front end and helping us out. Now we've got the old intake assembly here for our 2012 Mustang project. Now this is the naturally aspirated intakes, make about 412 horsepower. It's a really nice piece. We've got a center entry throttle body, feeds that plenum. Now that plenum is going to provide the air for each one of these runners to go down in that high flow port. But we're done with this one.
Yep, out with the factory and onto our 2300 series kit, TVS, capable of 6 to 8 pounds of boost, making about 540 ponies.
Ooh, shut the front door. 540 horsepower?
540 ponies.
That's
yep.
right, Willie, 130 horsepower more than the factory.
Now these things were used to known kind of for starving for air on the big end. You guys really attacked that old stereotype, right?
Yep, yes we have. These things really move now with our technology behind it.
Yeah,
Yep.
the roots used to be kind of a twin 3-lobe configuration on the blades there, about a 60-degree twist, but the TVS, the Eaton internals, I mean, they have really developed and engineered those, so it's got a 160-degree twist. It's a twin 4-lobe now, so volumetric efficiency, thermal efficiency is way up there, so you can pick that power up to high RPM, and you got all the boost you want cracking that throttle.
We knew a bad boy mix, more air, less heat, more power.
Yep,
That's
exactly.
right.
And that's why we had to upgrade our fuel injectors there to move along with all the air feeding through here.
So what are we running here for size?
47 pound.
47-pound injectors, matching with all that airflow we're going in there. So we got what, intake here?
Yep, air feeds through there.
Yeah, and you can see as we turn the front pulley here, all the air is going to feed down. It's going to compress and push into the lower intake manifold. We've got a bypass here, so when you're not ready for boost, you know, your throttle's just kind of closed, you're just cruising around, it can just bypass, waiting for you to open that throttle. So that guy sits right on top of here. This is our lower intake manifold. We're going to push right down through our intercooler, cool those hot gases, make them nice and dense. Sit down here in the lower plenum to feed those runners as soon as you're ready for it. So we got our fuel rail here with our new injectors put in. Those are going to pop right down, and I think we're ready to pull that tape.
Yep,
Bolt
ready
this
to put
guy
the
on.
blower on. Yep, make some serious horsepower.
All right, let's do it.
Now Sean and Kev have got the supercharger handled. Brian's on the back of the car. I'm gonna handle these front struts. Now basically we're gonna take some of these components off the old struts, put on these Roush performance struts here. Now this will drop the car an inch, also produces 1 lateral G of acceleration on a skid pad. Now what that means basically is I weigh 230 pounds. So imagine going around, it's 230 pounds pushing sideways, all right? Pretty good. It means basically you're riding on rails without all the damage to your kidney. So let's go disassemble the old one, get some of the parts we need, put this new Roush performance stuff on, and get this car on the road.
That'll drop right in. Got some dowels to locate it. Cool deal. All right, we're ready to bolt this sucker down. We're about 25 Newton meters?
25 Newton meters.
Okay, we'll zip that around and we're ready to drive it, except we got to put the accessory drive on.
Yep, which Roush did a great job engineering a Fiat system for this.
All right, that's the first one?
The first one, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And that one lines up.
This one would
Let's see.
line up in here like this.
All right, now the original car, this back sheave, the first sheave line, just had a stretchy belt. So it only had a single belt to the AC compressor, no idler, no tension. The stretchy belt's new technology. It's got the right tension on it, and it'll drive that compressor. Well, you guys are using that first sheave, which is really smart. If you think about it, you've got a main bearing in that block, it's supporting the crank, and then you got the nose of that crank sticking out. Well, if I've got a big load, like driving this blower here, on the end of that crank, it's going to start bending it, put a lot of stresses on it. So you guys put a lot of effort into getting that first sheave to drive that blower, reduce those stresses. This guy will go on like that. Now the second sheave is all stock, so it's kind of cool. Everything just bolts back on.
Yep.
All right, well, let's get this thing bolted up and let's take a break. Hey, welcome back. Now we've got a few sweat beads built up. We've got our blower all on. We've got our complete accessory drive connected. As you can see, we've got our belt hooked up, ready to drive that supercharger. Our cooling pack is in. We've topped off our fluids. I think the only thing we've got left is connecting the blower to the airbox.
Yep. Right here we have the Roush throttle spacer. Mounts up here kind of like this. A few modifications that we did do to it were modify this brake booster hose a little bit smaller for fitment clearance issues. Transferred over the vapor line And on the back of the vacuum bypass over on the blower, connects to this third port there.
Cool. Now on that adapter, we've got a new dual bore throttle body here. So that'll sit right up there like that. And if you can hang on to this, I'll show you the old one. So here's our original, just a single inlet throttle. Now we've got a dual bore, and you can see we've got, a throttle position sensor here, so the computer knows where the throttle is, and then we've got the electric motor to actually drive that throttle by our, drive-by-wire pedal.
Before we raise the car and get the exhaust on, we're going to go ahead and got some new fascia rears to put on.
Yeah, we're gonna start with the tail lights, pull these things out, and get this rear fascia off. It's a 2010, 2012 Roush Mustang body kit. So we got body panels for the entire car. We start with the back of it.
Go ahead and grab the side. Now, got to pull up on this clip. There we go. Now let me get mine real quick. Okay. Ha-ha! Now that's fun. All right. We need to switch out the new one. Here's the new piece. That's injection molded. Really nice. They actually make these in-house.
Yeah, Roush does everything in-house, right?
They paint them in-house too, which is cool. So, all right, we'll get this rear one on, then we got them for the whole car.
All right.
Side splitters are about ready to go on. All we had to do was pull the original, pop out our little push clips, kind of moved them out a little, then we could get our needle nose in there and beep, pop them out. And then at that point, just pull the tape off the adhesive, get rid of that, and simply stick it on. So let me just line up my front hole here. It goes in there, and then you just kind of feel in, because it goes right into a factory spot. Once I'm done sticking it, then I'll go back in, drill 3 little holes, and put some screws in.
We got the body kit on, got torquing going on for our Swaybar. That's going to control body roll. Now it's a whole suspension kit developed by Roush. I mean, these guys are an OE supplier. They've got instrumentation, testing. They're on the track, they're racing, so all this stuff is really, really well engineered. As you can see, these guys back here are finishing up the exhaust. So I think we're going to finish the underside of this car and get it back on the ground.
All right, go ahead and tighten that up down there. Y'all got it? Okay, cool. Looking good, fellas. What do you think?
Yep, looking
Man,
good.
that is nice. Now,
Love it.
Magnaflow Exhaust, stainless steel, 3-inch all the way out.
Yeah, it's mandrel bent, so no restriction on airflow. Gotta love the performance. Everybody loves Magnaflow sound. Can't wait to hear this thing, feel it out on the road.
Now, polished, beautiful look. And what we did was want to make sure, just kind of snug everything in, get your tubes here lined up where they look good and straight. Then you can snug that side. And then there's another band clamp under the front. And then what we did was kind of center it, and then you can snug it as well, get it tightened down.
And literally, the whole thing took us, what, 25, 30 minutes? Take the old off and the new in?
Oh yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, real quick. Yeah.
Super fast.
Magnaflow did a really easy kit.
Yeah. So this should be really
great.
sweet. And they have the double-walled tips, which is really, really nice and polished all the way out. Got their logo on the bottom, which looks totally cool. And like I said, I mean, bam, super fast and almost ready to hear that deep dog.
Yeah.
Supercharged.
So I can't wait for it to hear it, drive it, man. Feel that rumble.
Yeah. Another good little tip, put a little bit of lube onto your hangers. That'll help it go on faster and easier when you're putting these babies in.
Yep, checking
Other
for
than
all
that,
clearance.
hard part's just finding out where to get rid of the old stuff. So,
Yeah. Good thing to put it down on the ground and look at the tips as well. That way you can get a visual sight on it, tighten everything up, go.
Yep.
now we've all got some lawnmowers laying around the garage, maybe a go-kart, maybe a weed eater, something like that. And guess what? They're all dirty. They all need a tune-up. They all need a plug. They all need some love. And I'm gonna pull that out. Shocker, it's dirty. Now, Champion has come up with this really cool plug. It's called a one-tug plug, also known as an easy start. And the reason they call it that is because there's a little hole in the top and there's actually a booster gap down inside. What it does is kind of forces the coil to make a little bit more power, burn a little bit hotter, and that way when you give it that pull, it's gonna start nice and easy. Now while you're there, this actually is pretty cool. It's a tune-up kit. Now they're specific for whatever your model is of lawnmower and such. Comes with your air filter, comes with the plug, comes with your oil, stabilizer, and you can take the little bucket that it comes in, put it down, drain your old oil, bring it back, use the funnel to put your new oil in that it comes with too, and when you're finished, put the top on, take it back, recycle it. How cool is that?
Hey, welcome back to the break room. And we got some cool tools for you. How many of you guys, your eyes are going a little bit bad? Having a hard time reading all those tiny little labels on your sockets? Which one do I need?
Could be me, maybe. These are from Guerrilla Tools, socket labeling system. All you do, put it onto your socket. They're oil resistant and permanent, so boom, there you go. Now you know what tool you're gonna grab.
How simple and easy is that?
Sweet.
Yeah, these are the Find It stickers from Guerrilla Tools. They come in 84 different labels with 48 of them for metric, 36 for standard. Got you covered. You stick them on, your tools are set. How many of you guys out there have too many projects, not enough space, and not enough tools?
I do.
This is a great way to get 3-in-1. It's the Woodward Fab 3-in-1 sheet metal tool.
How can it be 3 tools, Byrd? It's only one. Well, you look at the bottom, there's a little sheet metal shear down here.
Watch your fingers.
Yeah. In the
So
middle.
that's great for cutting.
In the middle, you got a little press brake, so you can bend up angles, and it comes with fingers, so if you need to do a little box, which is nice.
And hidden up top.
Slip roller.
The slip roll. So now you can get all the curve shapes you need, just about anything you want to do for your projects, fenders, patch panels, you name it, all right here, tucked away in the corner. Woodward Fab 3-in-1 sheet metal tool.
Next product up is from Lubrication Specialties. This is Hot Shot Secret.
Yeah, now what Lubrication Specialties does is they go around the world and they fix specific problems with different additives and things in lubrication for machinery and other applications. Well, this is specifically designed for a lot of the diesels that run in the old hydraulic, injectors that get stuck. They get stiction, the injectors go bad. Now you're looking at about a $3,000 bill. Well, this is additive, goes in, helps break down those varnishes because that oil kind of gets hot, it gets burnt, it gets baked on. Now you start wearing, now you start building up, that varnish. Things go bad. So this goes in, we'll break that down, let your injectors go back to work like they should, and it works in turbos as well. That turbo is hot, that oil bakes in, gets varnished, the turbo starts slowing down, starts wearing out premature. A great way to get those, those components working and lasting a long time.
And the thing that impressed me the most, it's got a warranty.
Yeah, that's Hot Shot's secret.
I want to put the bling back in our golf car wheels. And we've got this cool little kit. It's a Polymatrix Ultra Clean Car Care Kit.
What's cool, it comes with its own microfiber cloth. All you gotta do, spray a little on. This guy's been sitting around for a little while collecting dust and dirt.
Now this
a
will work
little
on-
wipey wipe, and nice.
Marvelous.
And shiny.
Nice. Now this will work on chrome, stainless, aluminum, no matter what finish you've got on your wheels. Should protect you for about 14 months. Keep it nice, and so next time you clean it, it'll be easier.
Yeah, all kinds of materials, aluminum, stainless steel, your chrome, you name it. Takes the bugs off, the brake dust, the dirt, and it won't stick, the dirt won't stick back on it real easy, so it's a great way to get that bling back.
Again, that's the Polymatrix Ultra Clean, and I think Willie over there has got our Mustang about ready for a test drive.
Right.
For more information about anything you've seen on today's show, check out speed.com or visit TwoGuysGarage.com. You only use hot water to clean your dishes, so why would you use cold washer fluid to clean your windshield? You could have hot water to help remove bugs, ice, and road grime year-round in seconds. Install the heated windshield washer kit from LMC Truck. This all-in-one unit hooks to the battery and will heat your washer fluid up to 135 degrees. The unit only works while the engine is running, so you don't have to worry about it draining your battery by staying on all the time. The heated washer fluid will also help the spray nozzles remain clog-free. This tip is brought to you by LMC Truck. Restore, maintain, and customize your truck with parts and accessories from LMC Truck.
Welcome back. Well, I think the car is looking sweet.
Yeah, we got to give some big props. Sean came all the way here from Detroit. Man, it's huge.
Thank you very
having
much.
The expert, the guy that does this every day, made the thing too easy to do. Of course, Willie, man.
Thanks, man.
Brought some muscles and guns, a lot of good know-how.
man. Appreciate
I
it.
think
Some
the car
extra
looks
hands.
sharp. I mean, being down an inch, the bigger wheels really help.
Yeah, check out these 20s. Black chrome from Roush.
Just the louvers alone make it look fast.
Yeah, I like that splitter on the front. You know, what's cooler than just looking faster? Being faster
Yeah.
with another 130 horsepower. We got that supercharger on the front end. We look fast, we are fast, we sound fast because we got the Magnaflow in, the suspension under it, so it's going to corner and handle.
Yep.
Dude, this is a magnificent car. I think, you know, the next segment, we go drive.
Yep.
But we got one after
No,
that.
you got to catch a flight.
Yes, I do.
Thank you very much. That was a
man.
great
Pleasure.
time.
Thanks, bro.
And you see
Appreciate
these all the time at the shop.
Yeah, you used to drive them every day. That's not
Yeah.
fair. Well, we got one last segment we're going to save for you. We're going to go for a quick
Willie,
test drive. And
the
we'll be right
clean
back.
the tools segment. It's awesome. Yes.
But I
Clean
was,
the tools segment. We got a test drive.
I mean,
I
we
was
let you
gonna-
hop in the back, but dude, I
Yeah.
don't think you're going to fit in here.
Yeah, you're too big.
But I was
wouldn't fit.
gonna
But we'll be right back. It's all right.
clean
It's
the
all right.
tool segment.
We'll be
We
back.
only got a tank of gas, so we
this
can't be
new?
gone for too long. All right, man. Let's pop the
tool
keys.
segment.
Heard of that.
There we go. Now we're talking. Yeah, baby. Keep it going. Keep it going. That's more like it. That's why we like the supercharger.
So what do you think, man?
Dude, that's hard power, baby. Roush, once again, is delivered.
God, those things just light up like
No,
nothing.
that was nothing. That was like wet pavement.
So what do you think Willie B's doing back at the shop?
Clean the tool segment.
I bet he doesn't have a grin from ear to ear.
Man, I don't ever remember seeing some clean the tool segment on this show.
I can see, Will. You know, Willie's got to earn his keep. Nice.
Man.
Well, if we could just extend this show to about an hour, we could go right around for another hour, but I think we're out of time. See you next time on Two Guys Garage.
See you guys.